She's in the house. Find her. Part 2. Food. I walked down the hallway into the kitchen and flicked on the light. Opening up the fridge, I started to scan the shelves for something quick and easy to eat. I settled on one of those wafer peanut butter and chocolate bars that you can get at the dollar stores. I keep them in the fridge so they don't melt in my hand when I'm eating them. I peeled back the plastic wrapper, and as I was taking my first bite, I noticed something odd out of the corner of my eye. The window above the kitchen sink was open. I'd never opened that window for the entire time I'd lived here. I thought back, trying to remember when it could have happened, and then I recalled her saying that she was feeling really hot while she was doing the dishes. She must have opened it to try and cool off. I walked over and slid it shut, and finally made my way back upstairs. I walked back into the bedroom and the water was still running. I went to the entrance to the bathroom. "Did you say something early?" I began to say but stopped. The bathroom was empty. Water continued to pour out of the faucet, steam floating up, clinging to the mirror. I stopped the water and turned around to scan the room. She wasn't there. "Amanda?" I called out. No answer. I went to the walk-in closet. Nothing. I started to leave the room, but again something catches my eye. I glanced at my nightstand, and on top of my book was a piece of paper. It was folded in half and set up, making it look like a little tent. I reached out and picked it up. The first thing I obviously saw was the blood. It was a bloody fingerprint on the corner of the paper. My heart started to race. Finally my brain let my eyes pan over to read what it said, and even now, I wish it wouldn't have. "She's in the house. Find her." I read those 6 words over and over. I looked around the room again, hoping to see Amanda just hiding in the corner snickering like she'd pulled off an amazing prank. But the room was empty. I walked around the room, looking behind chairs, inside the shower, inside the closet. I looked at the bed and felt like a 6-year-old again as I slowly knelt down to look underneath. My hands had apparently been getting sweaty because they kept slipping slightly against the hardwood floor. I bent down and lifted the skirt of the bed. Nothing. Just a couple dust bunnies and an old pair of shoes that I keep meaning to throw out. I stood back up and started to become agitated. My mind didn't know whether this was a joke or if I needed to be terrified. "Amanda," I yelled, "this isn't funny anymore, now just come out." Silence. "Look, I'm really freaked out, so stop this." I walked out into the upstairs hallway and quickly went through all the rooms. The spare bedroom. Empty. The exercise room. Empty. Other upstairs bathroom. Empty. I ran downstairs and looked everywhere there, too. It was as if she just vanished, and all that was left was this note. I figured that the only thing left to do was to call the police. I ran back upstairs and into the bedroom. The bathroom faucet must have had a leak because as I entered I started hearing faint drips of water. I went to the dresser to grab my phone, but it wasn't there. Neither were my keys, or wallet. I spun and looked at my nightstand. They weren't there. I grabbed my jeans I wore that day, I was in sweats by now, and checked the pockets. Empty. I threw the jeans on the floor in anger. I stood there for a moment without a clue of what I should do.